Good morning, Triton. Today is Thursday, April 4th, and you're watching VTV. A group of healthcare and education professionals presented a petition at the Massachusetts State House recently, calling on the legislature to move school start times later in the day to improve students' health and productivity.
The group's petition would move the start times to 8:30 a.m. for Massachusetts middle and high school students. Sam Bell researched the issue and presents his findings in our first segment.
Do you ever wish school would start later? We've talked to some Triton students on their thoughts about the current way of doing things.
Well, clearly it sucks, but what can you do about it? That's when school starts, and then when I can't change or anything.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'd rather not go to school later and then have to stay later, so it's alright.
Research has found that the current school start times are too early and out of sync with teens' biological clocks. As teens enter adolescence, the chemicals in their brains change. This causes their bodies to want to stay up later at night and sleep in. However, as teens enter middle school, they are forced to wake up earlier instead of later. This goes against what their brain is telling them to do. To get the right amount of sleep and wake up in time for school, students have to go to sleep and wake up at different times than their bodies are telling them to.
I get about 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night, usually.
I don't think I get enough.
I usually get 6 hours. Average 6 hours. So
7 hours of sleep at night, and I don't think that's enough because I'm always tired in the morning.
The recommended amount of sleep for teens is 8 to 9 hours. As you can see, many kids do not get the required amount. Sleep deprivation can have many negative health effects, including weight gain, heart conditions, mood swings, and bad memory.
By starting school later, I feel like it would help students pay more attention in class.
Studies have shown that pushing school later has many positive effects on students. Students are generally happier, more attentive in class, and perform better on tests.
I think we should start school later because it will help me have more energy during school.
I would care if they changed the school start time because it'd probably be better for me because I usually fall asleep during my first period class every day, so that's not very good.
As much as I would like school to start later, I think that it would affect the activities after school because it doesn't give students as much time to do homework.
Childcare and transportation are two of the biggest concerns about changing school start times. Students are generally uneasy about having their school activities pushed back later. So what do you think? Would you want school to be pushed later even if it meant sacrificing some time in the afternoon? This is Sam Bell reporting for VTV.
Prom season is right around the corner, and many of you are shopping for that perfect prom dress.
You've probably noticed by now how expensive some of those dresses are. What if you didn't have the means to buy one? Would it keep you from going to prom?
A local Amesbury woman is hoping that her store makes it possible for any girl who wants to attend their prom to find the perfect dress without worrying about how much it costs. Here's Alexa Miller and Evelyn Pearson with that story.
I am Betty Vitale Neal, and I run Tammy's Closet. Tammy's Closet's been going now, this is our 5th year. Tammy was my inspiration because 10 years after Tammy passed, East Boston High School was looking for dresses for girls, and they called it the Cinderella Ball. And I decided it was time to let Tammy's dress go from her prom. And it went in 20 minutes, it was gone. We give away free prom dresses to any girl that comes in from anywhere. She tries on a dress. If she likes it, she can take it. And we have shoes and jewelry if she would like to take that with it also. Last year, the 4th year, we gave away 257 dresses. Seeing the girls' faces when they walk out with the dress. Some of them actually cry because they could get one and where they didn't think they could before. and knowing that they're going to have a good night. And all I tell them is enjoy yourself, just be safe. All I really want to achieve doing this, to keep my daughter's name going, Tammy. If nobody remembers me, if somebody says, where'd you get your dress, they're going to say Tammy's Closet, and Tammy's name will keep going. That's the main reason. I never thought Tammy's Closet would get this big. I mean, I thought it would just be Amesbury, Merrimack, Haverhill maybe. Never thinking, I mean, we've had people come from Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine. My husband and I tried to do this on our own. It got very expensive. Reaching out for funds was something that I found hard to do, but it had to be done. I just want to keep this going and ask people for donations so we can make these girls happy. It's a night that they should remember. I had one mother tell me it was either pay her rent or pay for her daughter to go to prom. And because of Tammy's Closet, she could do both. This year, I'm actually at the same place I was last year, and he only charged us $1,400 this year. So we need the $1,400 for the rent in order to keep it going. When I open on February 21st, they can bring dresses down to me, or they can call my number before then, which is 617-529-0198. Cash donations, they can do it on the GoFundMe account, or they can write a check. The check does have to be made out to me, just Betty Vitale / Tammy's Closet.
Have you noticed that some people seem to be surrounded by drama?
What if it's in their genes? What if they were born that way?
Alyssa Stone explores that idea in this next short.
Can I have some, please? Is your mom in a hurry? Mom, step out right now! Get out the video now!
The OBB Band is an up-and-coming pop rock group from Georgia.
Ben Janvrin ran into them at a concert in New Hampshire and talked shop with their lead guitar player to find out how the group began and how their tour was going.
We were just friends. My name's Jacob, and I am from Atlanta, Georgia. So what got me into the music industry was I grew up loving music, playing pretty much everything that I could. I started off on piano, took classical piano lessons for I think like 5 or 7 years, and then I switched to guitar. And I'm a huge fan of music. I love all genres, all kinds, and I really gravitate towards guitar because some of my favorite musicians are guitar players. And then I started playing with my brothers. The band has been a band for about 8 years, but we got signed to a record label like 4 years ago and really started touring like heavily about 4 years ago when we got signed. So being on tour has been just like so much fun to tour around the United States, and I tour with my brothers, and my parents actually come out too, and we travel as a family, and so that's just like the greatest thing ever, I think, that I get to do my job that I love with my whole family.
All eyes on you and everything I do, everywhere I move. Let your love shine through so all the world can see it's taking over me. Let me be a reflection of your truth in turn. All eyes on.
So the band that has probably influenced my music the most would probably be Coldplay. They're probably my all-time favorite band. I love their sound. I've learned like the majority of their songs just because I love them, and so I think that they really shape the way that I play guitar. So our newest album that we just made is really a lot of ideas that me and my brothers kind of came up with. Me and my older brother are newly married, and a lot of the songs are kind of written to our wives. They're kind of like about them. So some like love songs, some just fun songs, just really high energy, dancey type music. So my favorite part about being on tour is probably a mixture of getting to meet new people. I meet so many cool, interesting people, get to connect with them, hang out with them, make really good friends too. Another one I think is seeing new places, because I'm a big outdoors guy. I love to be outside, hike, and so I've hiked in New Mexico, New Hampshire, California, Washington, like just all over because my job has brought me there.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when our mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when our mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
So what I would say to somebody trying to make music a career or be successful as a musician is work hard and stay dedicated, and just write a ton if you're trying to be like your own band. But even if you're just trying to join a band or whatever, just practice, like practice all the time. Get out there, play as much as you can, and just like really be passionate about it. You have to love it or else you'll quit, but just love it and practice all the time. My favorite song that I've been a part of writing and recording is probably our newest single called Mona Lisa. And we wrote it a few years ago, but it's just not coming out, and it's just really a cool, fun song. It's a really awesome idea. It's talking about a girl like she's like the Mona Lisa, or like a really, like something way out of our reach that we could never obtain, but it's like, I'm gonna take my chances on you and try to win you over. And Google actually picked up, put it in one of their commercials, and so it's been doing a ton of huge things for us. So not only is it one of my favorite songs, but it's also been a great song for our band.
They said, can't they get with me? Even if I just got one in a million, I'm gonna take my chances.
The weather is supposed to get warmer soon, and that means all of us will be retiring our full coverage warm winter clothes in favor of cuter, smaller, and cooler summer styles. But that also means some of us will be pushing the school dress code that's laid out in the student handbook.
So what do we do? Some of you, okay, most of you will wear them anyway, and that could get you into a lot of trouble. What kind of trouble, you ask?
Well, Bonnie Durante found out that Officer Lucy means business when it comes to school rules.
As always, we thank you for watching our episode of VTV.
We'll see you again most weeks.
Is it weekly? Do you really do these weekly now? I don't think.
Bing bong.
Okay, shh. Sorry. Shh. Alyssa Stone explores the idea.
What? The OBB.
The OBB band.
What does this mean?
As always, we thank you for watching our episode of VTV.
We'll see you again most weeks. What does that mean?
Sweet.
Yes.